What is going on YouTube? Ty here back with another video. Look, most people think staying lean is just about having abs or looking good in the mirror, but honestly, that's the smallest part of it. For me, staying lean has changed the way I think, how I carry myself, even how I approach everyday life. Today, I'm breaking down the unexpected benefits of staying lean that no one really talks about. Stay tuned. Number one, as far as like what staying lean does for me, mental clarity and energy. I'm telling you, this is super big because staying lean really like boosted my focus. It granted me a lot of daily energy, and I could really tell throughout the day that my energy levels were better because I was more lean. Now granted, I've always had a more leaner build, but maintaining this weight and being able to really like stay where I'm at has really helped my energy levels. And then also the ability as well to stay productive. Before I would maybe feel, not as good throughout the day. Not saying again that I was like super overweight or anything, but for me, staying lean has really just helped me to just boost like my mood and just like being able to like think more clear, I think. And so I noticed before, I would kind of just have like a foggy head and not be able to like think straight, and my energy would just kind of just be off. I wouldn't kind of feel like as motivated as I probably should, and as active as I probably should. So being able to stay lean has definitely given me that mental clarity and energy boost. The second thing it's done for me as far as staying lean is being confident and present. So the confidence part of it and then the presence. So, it's really changed me the way I carry myself. And I really think it's obviously helped my self-image. And I think it's really impacted, my interactions with people, work, networking events, and just some of my everyday relationships that I have. So I really think that, being able to really stay lean and stay in that mindset, for me, it's definitely giving me that confidence boost. I walk around with my chest out a little bit more. I'm just, I walk a little bit more straight. I sit up a little bit more straight. And it's just really that presence, and people can feel that, people can sense that. So if you are in that realm where you really understand that maybe your confidence isn't as high as you wanted it to be, or your presence doesn't feel like it's always being felt, or people are just not really feeling your presence. For me, it's definitely changed me in that regard. When I walk into a room, when people see me, not saying that I want to be the center of attention, but for me, it's definitely given me that confidence and presence boost. The last thing that it's really helped me with as well is discipline. And most times when people think about discipline, they probably think they're chained to some sort of routine or regimen. It's not about that. It's really not about that. For me, it equals more freedom. So it's the habits. How the habits like keep me lean. Consistency, self-control, and then gives me structure. Right. So you talk about consistency, self-control, and then structure. The consistency portion of it, you have to practice those habits, right? And it's a habitual thing. We are creatures of habit. And so the consistency portion of it, hey, I want to go work out, hey, I need to go work out, hey, I need to go, it's changing your mindset about the, hey, I gotta go work out. Like, hey, I get to go work out, right? Some people don't get to go work out. Some people are chained to their families, or they're they really can't go work out. They have other obligations and things that they need to do. So the consistency in that regard, but then also the self-control, being able to having that discipline, and how it's changed me, I kind of just trickled over into some other areas in my life where I really needed to practice more self-control. So definitely it's helped me in that regard to stay lean, because I need to really focus on the task at hand, as far as like being controlled. Like, hey, this is not what I want to do. I don't like this. I'm not going to do it. All right, cool. I don't like how that makes me feel. I'm not going to do it again, right? But then structure as well. So, hey, I'm going to be consistent by going to the gym these days, and I'm going to be consistent and have the structure. I'm going to eat these meals on this day. I'm going to meal prep on this day and eat these meals on this day, right? So it all like comes together like trifold, right? The consistency, the self-control, and then the structure. And it's like I said before, it transferred into other areas of my life, business, finances, personal growth. It really, when you think about it from that mindset, like, hey, being able to maintain and be lean like this has definitely, really helped me in other areas of my life. And so anybody who's really like looking to stay lean as well, I would definitely say, that discipline, don't think about the discipline portion of it as far as like being chained down to some certain structure, or, you feel like you can't do anything. No, it does. Being lean and, having that mindset, it definitely helps you to have some sort of structure. But then it really does give you freedom, because you're not tied to anything crazy. You are really going on a path where you can be free in regards to, how you feel and the things that you're doing. So definitely think about that. Just to summarize that list for you all, for me, it gives me that mental clarity and energy. Two, it gives me that confidence and that presence boost. And then lastly, that discipline and equals, freedom. And it really does. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that staying lean is way more than a physical goal. It's a lifestyle that touches everyone, every area of my life, every area of your life, right? Whether it's your mindset, your confidence, or the discipline you build, the benefits go far beyond fitness. If this video gave you any, some perspective, drop a comment down below how fitness has really changed or impacted your life. And don't forget to subscribe for more lifestyle and growth content. Definitely let me know how you guys feel about that. Stay sharp, stay lean, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ty, I'm out.